Welcome to the 12 Houses, Episode 4, the second house, where self-worth becomes price, skills become income, and stewardship keeps you solvent. We'll turn the sign on this house into a practical earning style you can test this week, then follow the house ruler to the arena that multiplies your effort planets. In the second act, like native capital. Sun wants ownership, Moon wants rhythm, Mercury wants messages, Venus wants fairness and experience, Mars wants targets, Jupiter wants a bigger room, Saturn wants standards. We'll walk the dance between the second and the eighth, what you have and what you share, so you can say yes to good deals and no to the ones that corrode. You'll leave with a money ritual, a calm pricing script, and a plan for compounding tiny improvements into real freedom. Start with a simple picture. The first house is I am, the second is I have. The eighth, across the wheel, is we share. The second house asks four plain questions that never go out of style. What do I own? What do I earn? What do I keep? What do I call valuable when no one's grading me? The answers are not theoretical. They live in your calendar and your cupboards and your bank statements and your body. The sign on your second house cusp colors the way you answer. The planet that rules that sign tells you where the real decisions get made. Any planets living in the second speak loudly about the habits and stories you'll repeat until you update them on purpose. Walk the door sign first, the sign on your second house cusp, because it sets the tone of the room. Aries there wants movement, earning through initiative, speed, launches, sprints, proof through action. The shadow is impulsive spending or quitting too soon. The medicine is a small, frequent finish line and a cooling off rule before purchases. Taurus there wants steadiness and tangible value. Build, craft, hold. The shadow is stubbornness and comfort purchases that never get used. The medicine is a quarterly use it or lose it ritual and pricing that honors quality. Gemini there wants variety, ideas, and exchange. Multiple income streams. Teaching, writing, media, sales. The shadow is diffusion. The medicine is 2 lanes, not 7. And a weekly comms block that actually converts. Cancer there wants security, nourishment, and home-based economies. Food, care work, property, hospitality. The shadow is emotional spending or saving out of fear. The medicine is a feelings-first budget and containers that calm the nervous system before the cart. Leo there wants creative pride, visibility, and generosity. Entertainment, leadership, brand, performance. The shadow is status spending. The medicine is patronage with a plan and a separate fund for showmanship you actually enjoy. Virgo there wants service, refinement, and competence. Systems, craft, analysis, clinical skill. The shadow is undercharging and perfection paralysis. The medicine is tiered offers and version numbers so you get paid while improving. Libra there wants reciprocity, design, diplomacy, law, mediation, aesthetics, partnerships. The shadow is people-pleasing discounts. The medicine is a rate card, clear scopes, and beautiful boundaries. Scorpio there wants depth, discretion, and transformation. Finance, therapy, research, crisis skill. The shadow is secrecy or control around money. The medicine is transparent agreements and one trustworthy financial mirror. Sagittarius there wants breadth, meaning, and luck by motion. Education, travel, publishing, faith-driven ventures. The shadow is overpromising. The medicine is weekly reps and receipts for expansion. Capricorn there wants structure, mastery, and longevity. Management, architecture, operations. The shadow is ascetic pride or grind as virtue. The medicine is sustainable cadence and paid rest. Aquarius there wants innovation, community scale value, and ethical tech. Future tools, networks, causes. The shadow is detachment from the body's needs. The medicine is paying yourself first, And building buffers Pisces there wants compassion, imagination, and porous flow, art, healing, spiritual labor, atmospheres. The shadow is leaks and vague pricing. The medicine is containers, sliding scales with limits, and grounding rituals around money. Now follow the wire from that door sign to its planetary steward, the ruler of your second house. If Taurus rules your second, Venus is the steward. Wherever Venus lives by house is where your value decisions are actually made. Venus in the fifth, your earning and spending becomes sane when creativity gets sunlight. Starve play and you'll buy substitutes. Venus in the sixth, income grows when you refine service and routine. Quality and cadence are your bank Aries. On the cusp makes Mars your steward. Where Mars lives is where momentum and boundaries decide your bottom line. Capricorn on the cusp makes Saturn steward. Where Saturn sits is where standards, timelines, and proof quietly write your financial story. Track the steward sign, house, and aspects like power lines through the walls. You'll find the breaker every time the money lights flicker. Planets living in the second bring consistent themes. Sun in the second wants you to identify with building value. Confidence rises with each tangible improvement. The shadow is tying worth to balance alone. The practice is measuring skill as well as cash. Moon in the second makes money tidal. Feelings drive spending and saving. Your budget must include comfort and ritual, or it will revolt. Mercury in the second thinks for money. Ideas, formats, translations are currencies. The risk is analysis loop. The fix is shipping small offers often. Venus in this second sweetens income through taste, relationships, and experience design. Beware, charm discounts. Keep prices congruent with quality. Mars in the second drives earning by action and crisp scope. The risk is scorched earth hustle. The fix is early boundaries and time-boxed sprints. Jupiter in the second expands channels and invites ethical risk. The risk is bloat. The fix is one lane of scheduled generosity and margins you can prove. Saturn in the second matures finance by discipline. It can begin lean. Your reward is durable security if you keep promises to yourself. Uranus in the second innovates income. Expect pivots, tech, and non-traditional assets. Stabilize with buffers and automation. Neptune in the second spiritualizes and aestheticizes value. It can blur money. The fix is sacred containers, clear scopes, and sober review. Pluto in the second intensifies resource lessons. You'll transform money stories by facing power, control, and trust directly. The fix is financial therapy, level honesty, and clean agreements. Bring in the axis now, second versus eighth, mine versus ours. You cannot heal the second without cleaning the eighth. If your personal money is a mess, look at shared finances, debts, taxes, inheritances, and intimacy contracts. If your personal budget is pristine, but your joint world leaks energy, your nervous system won't relax. Make a monthly money room ritual that addresses both 10 steps, gentle and repeatable. Log in together or alone with a cup of something. Gratitude breath, check balances, skim transactions, tag leaks, move the right amounts. Name one small optimization. Schedule 1/8 house conversation. Insurance, will, shared goal. Give future you $20 of kindness. Close with a feeling ritual so money stops being only math. Let's talk about earning style because most discipline problems dissolve when you earn the way your chart moves. If your second house tone likes sprints, Aries, Sag, Sommer, set launch cadences and short projects, price for throughput and make recovery scheduled, not optional if it likes craft. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, design longer arcs with obvious milestones, price for depth, protect focus. If it likes conversation and exchange, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, make value visible through formats, office hours, memberships, measure response, not just revenue. If it likes care and atmosphere, Cancer, Pisces, earn through hosting, healing, or creation of safe spaces. Charge for the container and the outcome, not only hours. If it likes drama and joy, Leo, put showtime on the calendar and have a fund for generosity so it's a plan, not a leak. Pricing lives here, and pricing is not a moral exam. It's a test of clarity. 4 anchors prevent whiplash. Anchor 1, cost. What does it take to deliver in money, time, and energy? Anchor 2, market. What do competent peers charge for similar quality? Anchor 3, value. What is the functional outcome worth to the buyer? Time saved, revenue grown, pain reduced. Anchor 4, positioning. Are you the quick clinic, the trusted generalist, or the boutique specialist? Decide, then pick a structure that matches. Hourly is fine for exploratory work and fairness. It punishes speed. Day rates suit sprints with visible outcomes. Project fees require scopes that protect both sides. They create stability. Retainers reward cadence. They require trust. Value-priced offers reward outcomes. They require proof and ethics. If pricing makes you sweat, write a rate card with 3 options at different depths and include what's included, what's not in plain English. Nothing calms the second house like a scope you can point to when adrenaline shows up. Spending is not the enemy. Unconscious spending is. The simplest spending repair is not stop buying. It's spend on purpose, where your second house sign actually feels fed. If your second is Taurus and you keep buying subscriptions you don't use, cancel 9 and buy one durable tool that makes daily life feel good. If your second is Gemini and you splurge on courses you never open, choose one and schedule office hours with a friend, library the rest. If your second is Cancer and DoorDash is your coping mechanism, redirect half of that to a Sunday cook-up that calms your week and share one meal with someone you love. If your second is Leo and clothes are your love language, decide your palette and silhouette and buy fewer, better pieces. Put showtime in your budget without shame. If your second is Virgo and you spend on gadgets that promise productivity, buy the boring container that actually creates it. A timer, a shelf, a checklist app you'll use. If your second is Pisces and your money vanishes in vibes, set a beauty, meaning line item and cap it. Buy real experiences that linger instead of trinkets that don't. Saving is where the second house either relaxes or stays vigilant forever. If saving has always felt punitive, rename it Future Freedom Fund, automate the smallest amount that doesn't trigger rebellion, and raise it quarterly. Use separate buckets with names your body believes. Buffer, taxes, rest, joy, giving, big upgrade. If your chart has Uranus or mutable signs loud, you'll need a bigger buffer to feel free. If Saturn is loud, you'll respect envelopes and version numbers. Save V1, save V2. If Neptune is loud, keep saving somewhere slightly out of reach so impulse can't evaporate it. If Pluto is loud, make saving an oath. I don't spend from this without a council of 2. Gamify if you must, but make it honest. The point is not Spartan virtue. It's nervous system steadiness. Debt is not a character flaw. It is a contract. The second house grows up when you treat contracts consciously, list debts, rates, terms, emotional meanings, renegotiate where possible. Avalanche or snowball or hybrid. Pick one method and put it on a wall you see. If a debt is tied to shame, pair the payoff with a tiny dignity ritual each month so the story changes. If money conversations make you dissociate, bring a witness, a friend, a coach, a cousin who can math kindly. You are not behind. You are in a room learning the tools that other people learned in quiet. Let's layer family and lineage. The second house carries ancestral scripts, what money meant at your kitchen table, how resources were won or lost, who was allowed to have comfort. The goal is not to prosecute your parents, it's to choose consciously. Write down 5 sentences you absorbed about money and worth. Keep the 2 that still protect you. Rewrite the 3 that harm you. Replace, we can't afford nice things, with, we choose quality we will use. Replace. Artists don't make money with, I price creativity so it survives. Replace, good people don't care about money with, good people steward resources so their care scales. Speak them weekly until your nervous system stops flinching. Now, 3 portraits that sound like real lives. Tasha has Gemini on the 2nd, Mercury in the 3rd square, Neptune in the 6th. She kept buying strategy courses she never finished and offering 12 services at once. The fix was absurdly small, 2 lanes only, newsletter strategy plus onboarding copy, weekly office hours with a friend for 90 minutes, and a rule that no new offers are invented during fog. She doubled her income in a year, not by hustling harder, but by turning thoughts into money in 2 formats, on schedule. Mateo has Taurus on the 2nd with Venus in the 8th, conjunct Pluto. He grew up with money secrets and felt controlled by we share. He and his partner built radical transparency. 3 accounts, yours, mine, ours, thresholds for solo spending, a quarterly numbers date, and a rule that big money conversations happen on paper, in daylight. His panic dropped. His generosity returned. Priya has Saturn, in the 2nd in Virgo, opposing Jupiter. She undercharged for a decade and called it humility. She wrote a rate card with version numbers, added maintenance retainers, and created a scholarship policy that was real but bounded. Her savings went from reactive to named and automated. Her worth stopped needing performance. It started showing up as standards. You might be wondering where self-worth fits without turning it into a slogan. Self-worth in the 2nd house is not feeling amazing. It's acting as if your value is real before the world pays you for it, while also respecting evidence and improving your craft. It's charging rates that let you keep doing the work. It's building a day where your body is treated like a partner. It's saying no to clients who ask for scope that erodes quality. It's letting compliments land without arguing. It's giving the future $5 when you want to prove today's anxiety right. It's refusing to earn love with unpaid labor and calling that support. Worth is in your choreography. The feelings usually arrive later, like weather catching up to climate. Let's deal with leaks that masquerade as personality. I'm just bad with money. No, you're unpracticed at choosing containers that match your chart. Try cash envelopes for 3 categories if your Neptune laughs at apps. Try an app if your Saturn wants proof. I hate budgets. You hate budgets that punish. Make a budget that funds decency and joy first, then trims the theater. I can't save. You can't yet save the amount you imagine without rebellion? Save less automatically for longer. I'm not business-minded. If you have a favorite restaurant, you know what good operations feel like. Bring that love to your own work. Short menu, steady hours, clean handoffs, regulars treated like gold. Business is hospitality for your value. Generosity lives here too. The 2nd house does not ask you to clench. It asks you to give in ways that make you more you. Decide your giving philosophy. Maybe it's a percentage. Maybe it's a monthly act. Maybe it's a scholarship slot. Maybe it's anonymous bills paid quietly. Generosity without resentment is medicine. Generosity that starves your basics is self-harm in party clothes. Align your giving with your steward planet. If Venus, relational giving. If Jupiter, educational. If Saturn, infrastructure. If Neptune, relief. If Uranus, access to tools, taxes, and the unsexy parts. Automate. Open a separate tax account and move a safe percentage every time money lands. Future, you will cry grateful tears in April. Keep a simple P&L. If you hate it, pay someone competent and kind to do it with you quarterly. You still look at the dashboard because ownership is part of worth. If you run a small shop, set aside for replacements before they break. If you're salaried, pretend a portion of your check is a client that pays savings and keep the contract. If your 2nd house is empty, nothing is wrong. Empty does not mean absent. It means the room's topics are handled by the sign and steward planet. Read the cusp and ruler. Act accordingly. Often empty houses are quieter to maintain once you set sane routines. If your 2nd house ruler is retrograde natally, you may learn value from the inside out. You'll revise offers, rewrite money stories, and move slower at first. That is not a deficit, it's depth. Protect your rehearsal time. Your eventual pricing will be cleaner than people who raced here and built on sand. And transits through the second feel like weather in your pantry. Jupiter. Visiting often coincides with raises, new lanes, or the desire to upgrade tools. Say yes in one area, not 5, and confirm margins. Saturn's tour brings audits and rebuilds. It can feel lean at first. It rewards discipline and durable habit. Uranus can bring shocks, surprises up or down, new tech, sudden costs. Stabilize with buffers and flexible offers. Make change in small, reversible steps. Neptune brings blur and beauty. It's easy to dream away dollars, respond with containers and weekly reviews. Put wonder in your budget so it doesn't raid groceries. Pluto brings depth. Power entanglements around money. Confront, clean, and renegotiate. What dies here frees real strength later. You don't need exact dates to feel the flavor. Match your scale of action to the scale of sky, and the room steadies. Give yourself a weekly second house hour that becomes sacred. Monday lunch or Sunday morning. Same time, same chair. You look at 3 things. What came in, what went out, what matters this week. You make one micro move that pays future. You transfer $25, cancel 1 leak, raise a price by 5%, send 1 pitch, sharpen 1 offer, fix 1 small process that causes big resentment. You put a kindness in the middle of the hour, a candle, a playlist, a cup you actually like, so money stops tasting like panic. In 6 weeks, your body will trust this room in a way that spreadsheets alone cannot produce. And make a daily second house ritual that takes under 5 minutes. Morning. Touch your tools, open the notebook, sharpen the knife, clear the desk, breathe into your ribs, name the days, worth it in 1 line. Afternoon. Do 1 catalytic move that creates or protects value. Invoice, follow-up, boundary email, small deliverable sent. Evening. Gratitude for something already owned and used. 1 object back where it belongs. Second house magic is logistics done with respect. If you're in a hard season, job loss, medical bills, divorce, your second house is triage and tenderness. Cut what you must without calling yourself names. Ask for help from 2 real humans, not the whole internet. Negotiate. Tell creditors the truth early. Make a shame-free budget that includes 1 non-negotiable joy and 1 comfort you can actually afford. Survival is not a moral failure. You are not your current net worth. Keep a list of skills and favors traded. You are richer than cash right now. Relationships, grit, time at odd hours, a good reputation, those are currencies. Spend them wisely and kindly until the cash returns. If you're in a growth season, windfall, promotion, viral moment, your second house is stewardship. Don't inflate your life to match the spike. Save the difference. Normalize the new numbers slowly. Hire where you are weak. Build systems while you're calm. Give some away in ways that feel like you. Resist the identity bloat that makes next year a panic. The value of the moment is not only the money, it's the chance to design a larger room you can still clean. Before we close, pick up the doorknob of your second house in your mind. Ask it 3 questions. What is the smallest earning action I can take this week that would make me proud, even if no one sees it? What is the smallest spending change that would make my days kinder without self-betrayal? What is 1 sentence I can adopt around worth that will change how I act? Write them. Put them where you cannot miss them. Then do them without waiting for a mood. Worth grows when you keep small promises to yourself in this room. That's your second house reset, less anxiety, more evidence. And if you want this to feel less like homework and more like play, come to mysticbolt.com and use the free tools that pair perfectly with second house work. Pull a spread in Tarot Studio and ask, what creates real value for me this week? use the Rider-Waite Tarot app as a quick nudge before pricing or purchasing so your decision has a theme, not just adrenaline. Take a free tarot reading to set a monthly money mantra you'll actually remember on Wednesdays. Tune your focus with chakra frequencies before your earning block so Mercury gets a clean channel and Mars moves without static. At night, wind down with the pranayama flow breath timer so anxiety doesn't spend tomorrow's energy today. In the comments, tell me the one micro move you'll make for your second house this week, the leak you'll close, the price you'll raise, the buffer you'll start, the tool you'll finally buy and use, the sentence you'll say when someone asks for a discount you can't give. This is how value becomes visible. One honest act, repeated until your life begins to feel funded from the inside,